Hey folks, why haven't you subscribed yet? Tell them, Lily. Okay, folks, how are you? Hope everything's going well. This is my fourth video on crocodiles. This is the final one going over the modern day crocodilian families. A couple announcements before I get this video started. Number one, my audio may not sound perfect. It's a little odd, but anyway. So I'm still tinkering with the audio to get it better with my new audio system, my lavalier mic. Anyway, that's the first thing. The second thing is I have decided to release videos on Fridays. So there will be one video every Friday, and then when I fill up to it, I will do an extra video. It's just, it'll free up a little bit of time, that kind of thing. Videos released during the week seem to get a little better views. My crocodile video, if you've not checked that out, go watch it. A little thing there, if I remember. My crocodile video right now is sitting at 10 views, which is I'm fine with. If that's all I get, that's fine. But I would like to get more. This thing kind of become more of a chore than it needed to be, I think. I will do species profiles, and then I may go over large overviews of families, but not the whole series like this. I will do series in the future, but not like this. It was an experiment that became a lot of work. Not so much a lot of work, but a lot of took up a lot of time. A bullfrog, if you can hear it. Anyway, today, as I said, we're going over the last family of crocodilians that I haven't covered, the last modern family, and that is gharials. I'm going over two species, although it is debated over whether there are two species or only one, as I had mentioned before in my crocodile family video. They are, it is debated over whether the false gharial or Tomistoma is from Southeast Asia, if that is in the same family. They look very similar, but not quite. But I will be going over both of those because they are sometimes classified as gharials, and if you take those out, there's only the one living species left. Unfortunately, a big part of the gharial species that was alive has been annihilated. The gharial themselves, both the false gharial as well as, or the Tomistoma, as well as the actual gharial, the Indian gharial or Gaines gharial, those are both endangered. I know the Gaines gharial or Indian gharial is critically endangered. I'm thinking the Tomistoma is. I'll let you know right about there. Anyway, these two species do share a lot of similarities, mainly in the way they are put together, their physical appearance and physiology. The Gaines gharial or the Indian gharial I don't know why I'm saying gangs. I think it's Ganges, Gharial. I mispronounced that the entire time. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'll just say the Gharial. The Gharial itself is critically endangered. Their population covered at one time large parts of India, Pakistan, and Nepal. Now it is their range has been cut down greatly. There are I do apologize. There was a car. Their range has been cut down greatly. It is now they are now only found on in small portions in national parks in India, along the Ganges, and in small areas of Nepal. The Temistoma of Southeast Asia, again endangered. They live in a more tropical environment than the Gharial. What makes the Gharial unique among crocodilians is their physical appearance. There are quite a few crocodiles who share a diet with them, as being fish. Most crocodiles will eat large amounts of fish anyway, whether it be Nile crocodiles, Indo-Pacific crocodiles, American alligators, any of the caiman species, but they do not specialize in fish as Gharials do, with the exception of small groups. African slender-snouted crocodiles, Johnson's crocodiles, which is the Australian freshwater crocodile. It is believed the Orinoco crocodile does as well. Anyway, what makes the Gharial unique, even apart from Temistomas, is the extent that they go and their skull is made. They have a long cylindrical snout, interlocking teeth, a little over 100 interlocking teeth. The cylindrical nature of the snout makes it very easy for them to catch fish. It creates less resistance in the water. The males do have a large bulb on the end of their snout, but they are really well designed for catching fish. They are one of the longest crocodilians, up there with Nile crocodiles and Indo-Pacific crocodiles. The males can reach lengths of up to 20 feet, it is believed. Females are between 10 to 14, 15 feet, somewhere along in there. So the females are not quite as big, and most females lack the enormous bulb on the end of their snout. Their eyes sit up a little higher, as you can see in the picture. But they are really good fish eaters. The issue does not come from them hurting humans, as other crocodiles have been hunted because of that. I'll get into their why they are critically endangered in a little later. The Temistoma is a little smaller. They live in a more tropical environment, and their head is made more like a crocodile than the actual Gharial. That's the reason there have been some debate over which family they belong to. They are both are very interesting creatures to look into. This design has actually been quite prevalent throughout prehistory, which I will go over at a little length in the prehistoric crocodiles video I will be making. Not the next video on crocodiles, but the one after that. The next one is going to be over crocodile conservation. The Gharials, their biggest threat is, of course, humans. Their offspring are 8. They do share a range with mugger crocodiles. Muggers are a medium-sized crocodile that has been known to eat humans, though whether that is attacks on humans or feeding on corpses has been up for debate. They have been found with human remains in them, but at the same time, certain parts of the Hindu religion bury their dead and near rivers, or actually place their dead in rivers, whether it be after cremation or whatever. So that could be the reason the remains have been found in the muggers. But the muggers will eat baby gharials as well as their own babies. What hurts the gharials the most, for one, is loss of habitat. India is a growing country; they need room, so there is a loss of habitat. Trophy hunters and fishermen both kill gharials. Trophy hunters, of course, for trophies, or have killed gharials in the past. Trophy hunters for trophies. The fishermen, because the gharials, for one, they compete for a resource, fish, and another, the gharials have been known to get tangled in the fisherman's net. Even though gharials do not feed on humans, a 20-foot crocodile, a 15-foot crocodile, a 10-foot crocodile, whatever, a good-sized crocodile getting tangled in a net can be quite dangerous. The nets themselves, if the crocodile does not die from the net and drowning, if it gets hung, the fishermen, once they get that crocodile, or once they get the gharial, the crocodilian, once they get the gharial to the boat, they a lot of times would kill that gharial to keep from getting hurt themselves. Another big issue is their eggs are eaten by people in India, in Nepal. That can be a big issue when you have a species like the gharial that is basically just a few hundred in the wild to a couple thousand at most, spread across an entire subcontinent like India, although it is in the northern half. When these things lay eggs, every one of those eggs count. Those eggs are fed on by monitor lizards and other creatures eat crocodilian eggs. But when humans do it, they will dig up a nest, and a lot of times they will go dig up several nests. So if you've got 10 breeding pair of gharial in an area, and humans go and they find all 10 of those nests, that breeding season was nothing, basically. There are no more nests for that season, and the population is going to remain small. It's not going to grow and actually going to shrink as the older adults die, or the adults killed by fishermen, or whatever else. As I said, they are critically endangered, so they are protected in most places. There is some re-education programs, as well as programs going and collecting eggs from nests of wild gharials, taking them back to farms, raising them, and then releasing them back into the wild once they get a certain size. The leather trade has also played a big part, as it has with almost all crocodilians that have seen population declines. The leather trade almost exterminated the American alligator, several caiman species, several crocodile species, including the Indo-Pacific crocodile. It was almost wiped out from Australia. And it was only through farming, crocodilian farming, and protections put in place that these great animals have been able to make a comeback. Hopefully the gharials can make the same comeback. There is one gentleman who has been working extensively with gharials, who is an American. He is quite famous and been on National Geographic several times. Here, I'll put his picture and his name here. He has done a lot for gharials, as I said. He is one of them that would raise them and then take them back into the wild. He's educated people, and now they're, and there are quite a few native Indian scientists who are working with gharials as well, which is good, because we don't want to see these things die just for human ignorance. The Temistoma is also is also under protection and is getting quite a bit of and is also getting some support. The one thing that I can say, at least on this part, if you are going to buy crocodilian leather, me myself, I would not suggest it. As you know, I have an alligator head. That is not something that it's not something I would readily go and buy at the moment. The only way that I would even be remotely comfortable with that would be if it would be a farmed alligator. At that point, the skin is used, the meat is used, and then the head they sell for souvenirs. But make sure if you buy leather products of crocodilians, see if you can find out the species. See if you can find out how that was leather was obtained. Was it obtained through hunting? Was it obtained through farming? Was it obtained through other means? If it was obtained through poaching, sometimes that can get through. A critically endangered species like a gharial, the leather is not going to be sold readily on the American markets unless it's black market. You will not be able to buy the gharial skulls. But it doesn't matter. Any crocodilian leather, try not to buy one from, let's say, a flea market, or go to a swap meet and they have alligator skins or crocodilian skins. Just do it legally if you're going to do it at all. Protect these animals. They've been around for hundreds of millions of years, and there's no use that a species like humans should decide to take over the world and kill everything. That's pretty much it for these. My batteries are running dead on my audio anyway. Again, I will be uploading Saturdays. I want to thank you all for watching. If you've not subscribed, subscribe to my video, or subscribe to my channel. Let's push to 100 subscribers. That will be great. As I said, I will have a giveaway on 100 subscribers. I am also got a few things planned, hopefully, coming up. Again, I'm not having a second channel. Once I get to uploading videos on that, you can check that out. If you're interested in that kind of thing, this will be a more scientific approach to looking at cryptids, at least on my part. So, I hope you all have a great day, stay safe, and stay out of trouble.